Hello, I'm Simon. Welcome to the Writing Couch. Last time I focused on how to establish a writing practice, which is fundamentally about making time. Today, I'd like to focus on how to maintain your practice so that you can make the best use of that time. And we do this by creating what's called a writing log. So a very common problem that we have as writers is that we find it hard to pick up the various threads of the different writing projects and tasks that we're involved with, how to pick these up and run with them each time. So if you've only got half an hour, you can waste a lot of that time thinking, where was I last time and where am I going and what do I need to do to get there? So creating a writing log is a way of combating these problems. In order to create a writing log, we need a way of organising our different projects and tasks alongside each other, maybe on a spreadsheet or a table or a whiteboard. And we need some way of tracking these over time. So there's several different elements that you can incorporate into this to suit your own needs, but time is essential. So you need to know when the deadline is associated with a particular project or when that next task needs doing by. Very often we'll be collaborating with other people, so it's really useful to incorporate an element to keep track of who's leading what, who's responsible for what, and when do they need to do such and such by. Another fundamental element is somewhere where you can write where you were with this project last time and where you're going to be taking it next time and what you need to do in order to take it there. So this is the really important bit that can help you save that time in your practice by saying, that's what I did, that's where I'm going next. You might also like to introduce a visual element to this, perhaps a colour code that helps you look at a glance across a number of projects or a number of tasks within the same project and say, perhaps I want to separate this into ideas and drafting and editing and submitting. And each time you move from one stage to another, you can change the colour. Not only is this a great way to help you maintain your practice, it's also a really good way of keeping you productive. So you're saving all that time that you were wasting before on asking yourself where you were last time and where you're going. It's also a great way of introducing variety to your practice. So if you don't feel like working on a particular project or doing a particular task today, maybe you've got a number of different tasks that you can work on. It's also a way of introducing an element of accountability to your writing. So you can hold yourself and your collaborators to account by setting targets and deadlines. Now these targets can move, but each time you make a target, try and make it a realistic appraisal of where you think you can get in the time. And that way, you're keeping yourself focused and keeping yourself tracked. Lastly, it's a great way of rewarding yourself. So if you've managed to move a paper from editing to submitted, then you deserve a reward, and that paper gets to move up your table or your spreadsheet, and you get to change the colour. Now, if maintaining a log becomes a habit for you, then over time you'll find that this becomes more than a technique. It's a strategy, a way of looking across your different projects and tasks and seeing them as part of a trajectory and being able to intervene proactively and say, here's where I want to go next. I've created some templates of writing logs that you can download and use if you'd like to, but don't hesitate to switch these up in any way you want. Move columns around, take columns out, make them yours. Now that I've talked about maintaining your writing practice, next time I'm going to look at specific ways in which to develop that practice, to unblock your writing and to find a nice rhythm. And if you don't want to miss that, then please subscribe to my channel.